If you're tired of hearing the same old basic mindset and motivational fluff talk, you've come to the right show. Welcome to Project Me with Tiffany Carter, the podcast, where we dish on everything from managing that crazy brain of yours to manifesting abundance to my straightforward, actionable steps that will make you major money online. Now, I'm not your typical multimillionaire entrepreneur. It takes a small village to keep my anxiety and depression in check. I'm inherently disorganized with an intense obsession with office supplies. Your girl here is a digital marketing content expert who's generated over $200 million in sales. I promise by tuning in twice a week, you will get a much needed refreshing dose of truth, clarity, and cash-making advice. Now let's get to it. What up, my people, my posse, my fellow crazies? I'm your host, Tiffany Carter, and it's time to get you cranking in some cash during the holidays for your business. So I'm going to teach you in this episode in 3 steps how to create a holiday offer that makes bank. $13 billion in 24 hours online. This is how much money is projected to be spent this Black Friday, day after U.S. Thanksgiving, not counting all of the in-store purchases. So if your money noise is trying to build some BS story about the economy and people aren't buying from you because they are being careful about spending and blah, 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 and your audience doesn't make that much money and they have this certain type of career or this certain type of income, so they don't have as much expendable income, so they won't buy something that's higher ticket from you and all this stuff, keep on reading. These are straight up facts, honey. And that's why I love using facts and stats with you, because it helps pierce that ego. It pierces that critical mind, that fear, those fear-based thoughts that come up with nonsense. It's like when you say, anytime you fill in the blank here, it's dangerous. Anything after they say, or I heard from them, or everyone is saying, who are these people? Is it like it's like the collective of the media programming you're referring to, or it's like 2 people you know out of all the people, or it's 1 person you listen to online, or it's the negative committee in your brain? Well, they said, who the hell is they? They said people aren't going to be buying anything like that. Oh, they said that my industry is saturated. Who are these people? And send them to me so I can talk to them. So here's some facts. More money is going to be spent than ever this holiday season. Non-essential pleasure travel is up by 68%. And that source is U.S. Travel Association. Okay, by 68% it's up. This is non-essential. This isn't work travel. I started my side hustle and left my 6-figure corporate career during the 2008 economic crash. That's not a recession. This was a crash. And exceeded my salary that year working for myself at home behind a computer in my robe without having any experience of being a business owner ever before. I had no rich husband. I had no one helping me. I have no siblings. There was no one working for me, helping me out for free. I had none of it. All on my own with my laptop by myself, did the damn thing. In 6 months. There are more millionaires than ever in history right now. And these are new millionaires, not like when we're looking at the people who've had millions and millions or billions and billions for a long time. I'm talking fresh millionaires with fresh cash, baby. So you only need a micro fraction of that $13 billion to make 5 figures in 1 day for your business before the end of the year. And that's just 1 day. That doesn't count all the other years. Well, that's true too. But all the other days that people are shopping and buying online. Thank God that the media and the marketing machines of these giant companies all over the world have taught people and have created a human behavior, a psychology of buying on this day and this season. And keep in mind, I keep talking about Black Friday. This isn't even including Cyber Monday. This isn't even including all the purchases that happen all through December, online and offline for Christmas. So if you sell something for $300 to 20 people, you've made $6,000. You sell something for $3,000 to 3 people, you've made $9,000. You don't need that many people to buy from you to make major money. That's why I get so wound up about this, because I can hear your ego and your fear thoughts and your resistance thoughts screaming at me right now through the airwaves. We're like, but I don't have a big audience, but I don't know that many people, but I'm in an industry that's saturated, and who would buy from me when they could buy from someone else? And who would pay me $3,000 where there's other people with more experience that are charging less than that? And all the noise in your head. You can keep feeding that noise by listening to it. You're fueling and feeding that money noise by listening to it, right? Just like if you're entertaining a toxic person or someone who just doesn't shut the hell up and they think they know everything and they don't know what they're talking about, or someone who's going on an inappropriate, horrible, like racist rant, you are fueling them by entertaining them, by even listening. So you're doing that with your own brain. Don't listen to it. That doesn't mean you can't acknowledge it. Okay, like you can keep going on and talk and have all this chatter, but I'm not going to lean in and listen. I'm going to listen to a different conversation. I'm going to tune into a different channel, and it's not the money noise channel. I'm going to tune into the money making channel. So maybe you need to visually picture yourself with an old school radio, or like a turn dial radio, where you're actually physically shifting the channel. You are changing the station. Or maybe for you, it's better to be like using like a remote control where you're changing the station, and just picture yourself doing that. You're turning off the money noise network and you're turning on the money making network. And that's your choice. Your choice is to do that. I can't make you do that. I can encourage you to do that. I can provide more podcast episodes, more abundance walks, more guided meditations and things for you to have your mind listen to instead of the money noise channel. And that's why those things work, by the way, when you keep listening to my show and listening to these money mindset episodes, and you're listening to the wisdom and listening to the experience and having me pour this energy into you that is of the money making energy. It's snuffing out and it's silencing and it's muting and it's minimizing the money noise that's going on in your brain. So if your brain starts going, turn into the podcast. Go listen to an episode that you haven't listened to before. Go back in the archives. There's tons of episodes. Just trust that you're picking the one that you're supposed to be listening to. That's a fun game. I do that with podcasts I listen to. I do it sometimes with my own, where I'll scroll, I'll go back and I'll close my eyes and I'll scroll. I'll do a flick of my finger and then I'll put my finger down, and I trust that I have something I'm supposed to be listening to in that episode. I do that with books too. If I don't really feel like reading a bunch, but I feel like I want to have a couple pages in, I'll just trust. I'll let the universe, I'll let God pick the page I'm supposed to open to and read that. And there's always something perfect that I'm supposed to hear or read that day. So you don't need that many people to buy from you to make major money. So I'm going to walk you through in detail how to set up and create a holiday offer that brings in this cash. I always pair the money mindset stuff with the actual strategy. I don't leave you hanging on the how. And that's what makes this show different. That's what makes my coaching style, my programs, my membership. That's what makes me different as your coach, as a leader, as a mentor, as a supporter of yours, is because I take you through the manifestation, right? I have you raise your vibration. I have you tune into a different frequency. I have you turn off the money noise and turn on the money-making network. But I also don't leave you hanging on the how, because you've got to pair the strategy with creativity plus intuition plus mindset work. That's the magic formula to get to the millions. And that's why I always weave it in and give you both. Most people focus on one or the other, and I'm not shaming them for that. Perhaps that's where their expertise lies, or they just feel like they only want to focus on that thing. But that I've never seen that work where you just focus on one, right? You can't just sit back and focus on manifesting, and then not take any action and expect to get results and make money. It doesn't work like that. And you've got to tap into these different facets of yourself to really get there. And everyone has them. I've yet to meet anyone who doesn't have them. And a lot of you might go, God, I'm not creative. I don't know how intuitive I am. And some of you might go, oh, I'm wildly creative. I'm wildly intuitive. We're all the things, by the way, all of it. And you might have some areas that are a little stronger than others or a little more developed than others. And that's okay. And then we work with that. So 3 steps to creating a holiday offer that makes bank. Number 1, determine what would excite you and your ideal clients the most right now. What would excite them the most? What area of their life do they feel is a priority right now? Which service or product of yours best helps them with this? And you might need to create something new, or you might already have existing offers. Step 2, shock them. Package your offer, product, or service in a way that is extra unique and special to anything you normally do. Do something completely out of the ordinary. Give yourself permission to just experiment and try something wildly different. A special crazy sale, new exclusive bonuses, a brand new thing, really fun branding that you've never done before, or in a package, in a format you've never done. Maybe most of your stuff is been in like live trainings. Maybe you've never done a course. Maybe you've never offered physical products. Maybe there's something else you can add in that is a never done before thing. And that's the shocking thing. Number 3, attention getting marketing. If you don't get buyers' attention, you're not going to make money. And the attention is so important. And you get someone's attention by shocking them, by visually turning them on, by getting them to stop and watch. And that's where this creativity and intuition comes in. And it can happen in your own unique way. There's no one right way. It's not like you have to use a neon flashing sign. There's so many different ways to do it that would get your own attention. So if it's something that would get your own attention and stop you in your tracks, it's going to stop your ideal client in their tracks. And you've got to test things. We test things. Some things work better than others. Some things don't work at all. Some things work unexpectedly well. This is part of business. Not everything you touch is going to work or turn to gold. The things that don't work or are just okay push you closer to what does work. It's kind of like a puzzle. You're like, okay, well, this pushes me. This didn't work. So now because we know this didn't work, now we're going to lean more in this direction. So we're getting hotter and hotter and hotter to being able to have an offer that really lands. So this attention getting marketing. Do something special to create excitement for your holiday offer. A live holiday event in real life or virtual. A special gift for the first X many customers. An out-of-the-box, non-basic promo, graphics, photos, fonts, something crazy, a pop-up shop. So my ProjectME certified coach, Emmy, shout out Emmy for this. We just had a meeting the other day, and she allowed her creativity, her intuition, called her to do a Friendsgiving, and she's already launched it, which is why I can say it. So it's like a business online Friendsgiving, but she's not like selling you anything. It's truly a community and a collective to bring people together. And she's doing it way ahead of Black Friday. I think it's actually happening this Sunday. So she's getting a lot of new people in her audience, nurturing the current people and having them feel good and have fun. And it's something different and they're not being sold to. And it's truly of service. And then as she rolls out, because she's a social seller, she rolls out her offerings for Black Friday. She's going to have this pre-nurtured audience that already has leaned into her, that already has more trust in her, that's already excited to buy from her. And now they're going to be primed and ready for her Black Friday offer. So it doesn't have to be anything that you see out there. Stop following all the same people in your industry. Go look at people in a totally different specialty. If you have no desire and your business doesn't have physical products, maybe go follow some physical product entrepreneurs, people who have Etsy shops, creatives, things like that. Maybe don't look at anyone at all on Instagram for a while so that you can tap in and tune into your own intuition. Go look at people who are focused in completely different specialties. Maybe they're actors, maybe they're content creators, maybe they are manifestation people. I don't know. Go look at something different. Go into stores. Go take a trip to the damn mall. Go look and see what advertising and what programs and what things that in-store places are putting out and go, is there anything that I can use from that I could be inspired to do that online? There's so many ideas out there, and the best ideas are the ones that come within. You don't need to copy someone else's thing. That's trusting that divine intuition, but allowing yourself to be in a creative space. So what allows you to get the most creative and go do it? Is it sitting in a bath? It's going to happen when you're relaxing. That's why you get great ideas when you're in the shower, right? Or when you're going on a walk, or when you're on vacation, or you're out having drinks with friends. It's because you're relaxed, and in a relaxed state is when you come up with your best stuff. All of my best stuff, truly, all of my millions have been made from me being in a relaxed state, just so you know. The money I've lost has all come from me being in a stressed, pressured, focused, forced, this has gotta work energy. So take the pressure off, do something fun, even if it's for an hour. Go to the craft store and do some kind of craft, even with your kids. Maybe paint, do something different. Get yourself in a different environment. Go to a new coffee shop. Go to a restaurant you've been meaning to try. Go walk around a park that's been near your neighborhood that you've kept wanting to go to and you've not gone to. Go do something different, and don't try to force creativity, because that's not when it will come up. And give yourself permission to just try something different. That's how our best inventions and best things have come out. Songs, movie scripts, books, products, all of it have all come out of that space. So allow yourself to get into that space and then follow these 3 steps, and it'll be incredible for you to see what happens. If you want more help with this and want more direction and want more support, the best place to do this is inside my ProjectME Posse group coaching membership. There's a couple new member spots that are open right now. So you're going to want to take advantage of that. It's $3.33 a day. It's month to month. You can cancel at any time. You're not going to want to. There is no other place where you can get business coaching like this at this price. You're getting it weekly from me and other special guest experts live. And then you have a library that has well over now 200 plus prior trainings on every possible topic for your business to reach at minimum $300,000 without you doing paid ads, without you hiring some giant team. It's all in there. It's whether or not you embrace and you use it. But I've created it. It's there. It's waiting for you. All you have to do is go to projectmewithtiffany.com/ProjectME Posse, projectmewithtiffany.com/ProjectME Posse. Swipe up. The link is also in my show notes. We are almost at 600 Apple podcast reviews in the US. And once we reach that, I am going to double and match the donation for Children of the Night. And that's $2,500 once we hit that. And we're very close. So if you've been procrastinating on leaving me a damn podcast review, or if you're a new listener and you want to support the cause and help women and children be rescued from sex trafficking, go leave a written review there. If you're a Spotify listener, all you have to do on Spotify is it's a very simple tap. You want to make sure you subscribe to the show. It's a simple tap, and you can give a 5-star rating. You can't do written reviews yet on Spotify. So these podcast reviews mean a lot to the show. It's what helps the damn show grow. This is not free to put on, and it really means a lot. It's much more important than people realize, and I would be so grateful. We read each and every one of them, and it gives me pure delight to see what you guys enjoy so that I can create more of it. And plus, it just feels good to the soul when you're pouring your heart out and doing something and you have those hard days. Those are really nice to look at. And if you want people to do that for you, you've got to take a look at when was the last time you're doing that for the people who help guide and lead and give you light and give you hope and give you the things. Wishing you great health, wealth, and worth as always. Love you. If you enjoyed this podcast, please write a 5-star review on iTunes. Not only will this make me super happy, but it will allow more listeners to find our special show. Simply help me help others.